Luke had never expected his trip to Africa to turn into a life-changing experience. A wildlife enthusiast at heart, he had always dreamed of seeing the majestic creatures of the savannah up close, but he never thought he would be in the position to rescue one. That all changed one fateful afternoon when he was exploring a remote wildlife reserve. While on a safari, Luke and his guide, Jamal, had come across a heartbreaking sight. A baby elephant, no more than a few months old, standing alone in the grasslands. The young elephant's large, sorrowful eyes were filled with fear and confusion as it wandered in circles, calling out in distress. Its mother was nowhere to be seen, and the rest of the herd had already moved on. "Something's wrong," Jamal said softly, his voice tinged with concern. "This calf should never be alone like this." Luke's heart sank. The baby elephant was clearly abandoned, and it was too young to survive without the protection and care of its mother. The elephant's cries echoed across the open plains, and Luke knew they had to act quickly. But what could one man possibly do to save this helpless creature in the vast wilderness? "Jamal, we need to help it," Luke said, determination in his voice. Jamal hesitated. "It's dangerous, Luke. Elephants in the wild don't survive without their mothers. And if the herd is nearby, they might become aggressive if they think we're a threat." But Luke couldn't just walk away. He had always believed that if you could help, you should. So, after a few moments of quiet thought, he made up his mind. He would stay with the baby elephant and try to get it help. Luke and Jamal carefully approached the baby elephant, speaking softly to calm it down. After some coaxing, they managed to get close enough for Luke to gently touch the calf's trunk. The little elephant flinched at first but seemed to sense that Luke wasn't a threat. Jamal quickly assessed the situation. The calf had no visible injuries, but it was clearly exhausted, hungry, and traumatized from being abandoned. Knowing that the baby would not survive on its own, Luke decided to take action. With Jamal's help, they carefully loaded the calf into the back of their jeep, covering it with a tarp to protect it from the harsh sun. The drive to the nearest wildlife sanctuary took hours, but Luke never took his eyes off the baby elephant, whose faint cries seemed to tug at his heart. When they arrived, the sanctuary staff immediately sprang into action. They took the baby elephant in, offering it food, water, and the medical attention it needed. Luke was told that it would take time for the calf to recover, both physically and emotionally, but they were hopeful. Over the next few weeks, Luke stayed in close contact with the sanctuary, checking on the baby elephant's progress. Slowly but surely, it began to recover, regaining strength and learning to trust the humans who had saved it. The staff at the sanctuary named the baby elephant Kazi, which meant warrior in Swahili, a fitting name for such a resilient creature. But the truly unbelievable part of the story came 1 month later. One afternoon, the sanctuary received an unexpected visitor. A large herd of elephants appeared at the edge of the reserve, including one massive female who seemed to be leading the group. When Kazi heard their trumpeting calls, she let out a loud, excited sound and charged toward the herd. The humans watched in astonishment as the baby elephant sprinted across the plains and straight into the embrace of the female elephant. It was Kazi's mother. The reunion was nothing short of miraculous. Somehow, despite the months of separation, Kazi had found her way back to her mother. The herd had been searching for the young elephant all along. The mother, after a long journey, had tracked her baby down, guided by the unmistakable bond between them. Luke and Jamal, along with the sanctuary staff, watched in awe as the mother and baby shared a tender moment, nuzzling each other, as if time had never passed. Kazi had survived, and against all odds, her family had come back for her. The herd stayed at the sanctuary for several days, reuniting with the baby and ensuring her safety. Luke knew it was time to let go, knowing Kazi would be in good hands. As the elephants finally made their way back to the wild, Luke stood there, amazed by what he had witnessed. The baby elephant that he had rescued had been brought back into the fold of her family, and the bond between mother and child had triumphed over everything. It was an experience Luke would never forget, a reminder that sometimes the most unbelievable moments in life happen when you least expect them. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe for more interesting videos, like and share this video. Have a nice day.